Brothers and sisters, it's my honor and privilege to address you from Africa. I'm here in the East African country of Kenya, Nairobi, in AEA Plaza. I'm the Secretary General, Dr. Master Matlhaope. I'm coming to you requesting you to pray for our continent. Africa is a very critical and important continent in the globe. Why? Because Africa is currently the center stage of the Christian faith. Africa is highly contested by all forces, good and evil. So I'm asking you across the globe to pray for Africa. Connect with us to pray for Africa. Africa is a rich continent, rich in culture, rich in minerals, rich in aqua habitats, rich in terrestrial habitats, but Africa remains one of the poorest continents, and this needs prayer. We cannot continue to sing a song that Africa is one of the poorest continents. We don't want this song as Africans. So pray against poverty. Pray that God will take Africa out of poverty. We have all conviction that it is possible. Just as the gospel entered North America and Europe and changed the societies, they became prosperous societies. Now that the gospel is centered in Africa, we believe we need to usher the gospel with prayer, water the gospel with prayer, so that Africa becomes what North America became, what Europe became when they were center stage of the gospel. It is incumbent upon all believers to pray for Africa. Specific prayer items that I bring to you, my brothers and sisters. Pray for Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. This is arguably the richest country in the whole planet Earth. Yet, go to DRC now and see the level of poverty that is there. People in DRC are even wondering, wealth that God deposited in this country a curse or a blessing to us? Because now DRC is a center of contestation. I wrote somewhere and said DRC is where you find disorder being used as commerce. Where you find that people actually invest in ensuring that there is disorder. Pray for DRC, that DRC be fixed, that DRC prosper, that DRC becomes stable, that wars in DRC stop. Pray for DRC. This week, the Vice President of Malawi was involved in the plane crash. Pray for Malawi. You will remember that the current president of Malawi is our brother, His Excellency Dr. Chakwera. He's our brother who was the leader of the National Evangelical Alliance for years and was the president of the Assemblies of God for years. His country is currently going through a mourning. Pray for the people of Malawi that God will take them out of this difficult moment of experience of tragedy and loss of the vice president and, of course, 9 other people. Pray for Nigeria. Nigeria is one of the populous countries in Africa, and Nigeria is not doing well economically. Pray that God will raise Nigeria out of the shackles of underdevelopment, so that the economy of Nigeria pick up and the people of Nigeria can thrive. Pray against corruption that is characteristic of Africa. It is now like a norm that, when you're in African countries, you can get away with corruption. Corruption is not desirable, and I'm asking you to pray for Africa specifically against corruption. Pray for the Sahel region. Currently, Islam is pushing through the Sahel region, trying to take over that area, and Christians are going through distress in that area. Pray also covering northern Nigeria, where you all know there is a lot of persecution, Christian persecution in northern Nigeria. Brothers and sisters, pray for Africa. Africa is touted as the youngest population, youngest continent, I meant to say. But it is the youngest population, yet a continent where you find the highest number of youth unemployment. Pray that the youth, Africa will thrive economically, and the youth in Africa can find jobs and can be creative to open entrepreneurship and thrive as human beings. We are not just excited that we are the youngest population. We know that youth can either be a dividend or a time bomb. It depends on how much we invest prior in the youth. Dividend is the commerce word. You only have dividend if you have invested. And we cannot have youth as demographic dividend in Africa without deliberately investing in the African youth. So pray for us, brothers and sisters. I appreciate you, and I'm connecting with you. I'm connecting you with Africa, that your prayers will cover this continent. In the year 2080, it is said that 1 in every 4 human beings on the planet Earth will be African. Imagine that in every 4 people in that year, in every 4, 1 person will be an African. What kind of the citizens of the world do you want to see? 1 in 4 of those people should be Christians. And we can only do that if we invest now in praying for Africa. Praying for Africa now is investing in the future. You cannot dream of a better future wherever you are in the world without a successful and prosperous Africa. Even migrants, the large population, the large majority of those who will be migrants will be Africans. What kind of migrants do you want to see? Do you want to see migrants carrying the cross, carrying the Bible, or do you want to see migrants carrying bombs in your countries and your continents? So I'm urging you to stand with Africa and pray for Africa. Africa has 54 countries. You can go to the continental map and pray for each one of these countries one by one. I love you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your heart for Africa, and thank you for connecting with us in Africa. God bless you.